Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the
Okay guys, here we go. Complete transformation process of Transformers Prime Voyager class Skyquake. Now I've got to confess straight away, this is actually quite difficult. It's really intricate. So what I'm going to do first and foremost, and this is just to help out later on, I'm just going to fold the toes back in first, and then the little tail fins here I'm just going to turn down and out of the way. So you don't need to do that just yet. I do it just to get them out of the way. What we're going to do now is we're going to separate the torso. You can see right there. And if we now come and look at the back here, we've got all this bit which you really need to be careful with at the back. I'm just going to slightly move them out of the way. The head, as you'll see, will come up like so. We can now fold the front of the jet out. I'm going to cascade the head down and in and out of the way. And then what we're going to do, we're going to fold the front of the nose over, fold the translucent bit back, and then you can see here these tabs are all going to locate into each other right there. I've got to make sure that you guys can see this as I'm doing it, and clip that into place. So there's the front of the nose cone. Let's make sure this translucent plastic comes all the way back and that the head lines up perfectly there. Right, what we've got here, these were the shoulder pads. So you can see these are on these little ball and socket joints and everything. So in fact these need to go all the way back, and then this little tab is going to fit in the top of this one right like so. That's it. That's better. You see how it all just fit in. First and foremost, you really need to make sure that this is down, and I'm going to pull the landing gear up, to be honest, out of the way to start off with. I'm going to do the same with this side. This is the shoulder pad, turning it around, pushing it down, and then we're going to click these into the side of the jet. There's a little hole there either side, and it just slots in. Right, that's pretty much the front done. It gets far more intricate now though, so be careful as you're doing this. I'm going to move the arms right out of the way for now. I'm then literally going to split the bottom of the waist in half as well, and you can see we've got these two big grey tabs here. These are going to end up right in there, so we're going to fold these right over like so, and then we're going to bend this back on ourselves. Oh, this is where everything starts to fall apart, but that's a bit with enough pressure. Fold these down. You can see they're going to line up into them two holes. There you go. That one's going in there, and that one is as well. And then as soon as you get this in here, actually it will stabilize it all just a little bit. The only problem you get is sometimes when you push down, you'll push that down as well. So we've got the legs in position, which is good. What we now need to do is bring the arms around this gap. Sorry you couldn't see. I'm going to bring the arms around the side of the legs like this. The reason I pushed the legs in was basically to stabilize pretty much the rest of the body. Now with the forearms, or the top, I suppose this is the upper arm, you've got a cutout there, and in the upper arm there you've got a tab. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn these to face each other. I'm going to turn the forearm, so you've got a tab there as well. I'm going to turn the forearm to face the tab up like so, but I need to make sure that the shoulder part again clips in. Told you it's quite intricate. And I'm going to click this together like so. Has it gone in? Nope, typically it hasn't. There we go. So that's gone in together there, and we've now got these two tabs on the forearms underneath. Now what you've got here is two holes. Can you make them out? Two holes there, they go at the back. So I'm going to fold the back of the jet down, and then these will line up. Lovely. There we go. That just slot in perfectly. Right, now again, more circle holes there and big green tabs. So this will now just fold over and slot into place there, pretty much clipping in most of the legs. So there's a big hole here, there's a big green tab there, and then this is just going to fit over, and again it will encompass most of the forearm. There we go. Now we can fold the back of the jet bit down, fold the tail bits out like so, fold the back of the jet bit down, clip it all into position. As I said, sometimes that does end up being pushed down, but all you've got to do is underneath there, there's the back of his head. If you push that forward, it will then straighten. Oh, it'll straighten it all up. Oh, but I've just knocked it all out typically. There you go. It's clipped in, all nice and flat. There is the jet mode. I don't like the hands there. As I say, I turn the hands normally around. But let's go backwards then. So if you've got this and it's in jet mode, right then, so let's go back, and this is much more simple, going the opposite way. What we're going to do first and foremost then is let's remove the legs, which are attached obviously all underneath like so. These are all tabbed in there. That big green tab is of course going to come back out, and then what I'm also going to do is I'm literally going to fold the legs right up and out of the way, and of course we can then snap them together again. And also, while you're here, you might as well fold the toes down and turn the tail fins up and out of the way as well. So up to the upper part, the front part of the jet, you can see where these forearm tabs were in there, but because I've just took them apart, now we can pull these out. And what you're basically doing is you're just going to move everything out of the way like so. So it's ready for an easier transformation. We're going to separate these wing parts, just pull them down again, just for now. This is the bit you got to be super careful with. And then at the front, what we're going to do now, we're going to take off these are going to become shoulder pads. So you can see these are going to be ever so carefully. These move around quite a bit, to be honest. There it is. I'm just sliding them right up. Let's get the waist out of the way so you can see it. Disconnecting there and then sliding this right up. And these do tend to pop off. This has popped off a few times for me. There we go. They're well up out of the way, like so. Now we can separate the whole front of the nose cone, fold the nose cone down, right up and out of the way, and let's put the landing gear back up out of the way, like so. So we're ready to basically attach this into position. What we need to do now, we're going to fold the head up and out. The translucent plastic bit there is going to slide through the gap there underneath his head. So as you push that down, you can turn the whole upper torso part upwards, and then we're going to click. See how that's just flipped up? This we're going to keep pushing down so it's gone through the back of the head there, and clip it into place like so. Once that's clipped into place, it's quite easy from here. Fold the head down. That'll pretty much give you an idea that it's near enough all locked into position. Let's turn this shoulder blade around and up, or shoulder pad, isn't it, rather than a shoulder blade. Turn it around and balance it up. Underneath, there's the arms, so let's bring them up. And again, these can be quite fiddly at first, so let's push them up, turn them around. That's better. See how I twisted it fully all the way around? Once you've twisted it up, that's it. It'll stay into position. Now you've got to then turn the forearm around and turn the hands around if you chose to or not, with regards to what you were doing with the hands. So pretty much done at the front. At the back now, let's just fold the wings back into position, and then this will also fold up just through the middle, nice and carefully, just keeping everything snug there. If that's folded down, you can fold that back up. But there you go. As I say, quite complex, to be honest, guys. Really is intricate. So main things, be aware of all of this basic backpack that's all there, and all of these big tabs which you can now see sticking out at the waist and at the side of the tops of the knees. They're the big ones which are going to be clipping in all underneath. There you go, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.